Good morning, good winter morning, man. I'll tell you what, it is beautiful out here this morning. Just walking my puppy, and I put her back in her cage, get ready to go make my day great today. And I'm sitting out here, I'm talking quiet because I feel like I'm at the library. It is so quiet out here. It's amazing what this snow does and how it dampers all the sound around us and stuff. I'm not that far from the road, so you're probably gonna hear some cars, but it's so peaceful. I don't like cold weather, but I do love the peace that the snow gives us. I love when I'm walking with my dogs or with my wife and stuff through the forest and stuff at parks here in Ohio. It's just the sheer beauty, and the quietness means so much, and the beauty. I think it's neat how we can see a perspective of something when it comes to beauty, and one person thinks it's beautiful, the other one thinks it's okay, and it's like nobody, and then somebody else doesn't see anything in it. And it's a simple thing. It has nothing to do with visual sight. It has to do with inner sight and how we feel inside, and how we view the world and view ourselves as people. So beauty is a really cool thing. I like to see the beauty in things, and try to block out the ugliness part. I try to do that. I think it's important that we do that. One thing I did notice is when you talk to somebody that are down, that are negative, they don't see beauty in anything because they don't see beauty in themselves. We have to see beauty in ourselves to understand how powerful we are, and how powerful this universe is, this earth that we have the opportunity to live on for such a short amount of time. When I was a child, I used to climb these trees. I had a rough life, and I talk about that once in a while, but I don't dwell on it. But I like to talk about it to bring a point. In the yard where we stayed had these 80-foot trees. They're huge, huge trees, and I would climb, and I would go to the very, 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 very top of the trees till I couldn't climb anymore. And I just knew that if I climbed anymore, I'm going to break and I'm going to crash down 70, 80 feet. But I would hold on to as many branches at the top. And I'd probably have like 5 or 6 of them wrapped around me, and I would just stand there for hours, just stare at the horizon and look at this beauty. And at that moment, there's no sign, there's nothing going on. Nobody could touch me. Nobody could say anything to me. Nobody could hurt me, visual or physically or mentally. I was in my own world, and it was a completely different level of vision for me. And I couldn't do that now. I would love to, because I remember what it did for me. But as I get older, we don't have those opportunities. We lose that sight that we had, those opportunities to do that. There are ways of finding it. Again, walking through the woods and seeing a completely different view on things. The other is a friend of mine in Manchester, Tennessee. They have this beautiful home. It's on the side of a mountain, a place called Fire Lake. And it's sprawling, I think it's like 60, 80 feet across the house. And they have 2 different porches, 2 different levels of porches. Well, it's the same wilderness behind their home, but yet when you're on the lower level, it's a completely different vision than when you're on the upper level of their porches. And one morning I got up and I was writing, and I seen this beauty on one. I started writing, and I'm like, okay, I went to get some coffee, and then I went outside the next one because I seen a completely different view in the exact same spot that I was before. I was just at a different level. And it's so cool. And that's what we have to do with our lives. We have to look at our lives and change the levels that we're at so that we can think different and view things different and look at things completely different than what we do. I challenge you one thing this summer, not with this ice and stuff, is when I'm working on my roof or doing something in my home, when I stand on top, I'll take pictures of down because it's so beautiful, and in that different perspective, that different view. I'm not telling you to climb your roof and sit out. If you could do it, it's a completely different, and look at it different. Look at it as the different beauty that you can see around you, because it's a different level of sight. But what I challenge you is to look out one of your windows if you have a 2-story home or apartment, whatever it is, and look out your window. Stick your head out the window and look at life in that perspective, and you'll see something completely different. You'll realize that there's a lot of beauty out there that we don't see at the level that we're at, because we're always on the same level every day. We walk the same, we wake up, do the same things day in and day out. And sometimes we need to take a break from that to see something different in life, to realize that there's more out to life than the things we're doing. I talk about being happy all the time, having a perfect life, and I feel that I do. I have problems just like everybody else, but I'm very happy with the things around me, the people around me, the things that are happening in my life. And the things that I see in other people's lives that are becoming better and better for them, that is true happiness for me. So let's do this today. Think about the things you do and your surroundings and look at them a little bit different. Open your heart, open your mind to see the true beauty in those things, and you'll be surprised, you'll be inspired, you'll fall in love with the things around you that you never knew that was there. So let's create that new sight. All right, let's get out there and make today your best day ever. You know, I'm going to love yourself. You know, I love myself. Love others around you. Show them you care. Inspire somebody today. Talk to somebody. Share these if you think it'll help with anybody. Please share these. I really appreciate it. I appreciate the reaching out that I get. I got a new video coming out with a good friend of mine, Jeremy, today. We're going to meet at Starbucks in Sylvania, and just going to start talking about life. We'll probably do it live, I'm assuming, but we only do it on the cuff. So, all right, you guys, I love you so much. Have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for taking the time out to watch these. Bye.